Did you know that a simple 1980 for Washington quarter you carry in your pocket could hide a secret that makes it worth thousands of dollars today? In this video, you will discover the fascinating journey of the 1980 for Washington quarter, its origins, its minting secrets, its rare varieties, and the shocking stories of collectors who struck it rich with a single overlooked coin. Sit tight, because you are about to unlock every hidden fact and history behind one of America's most iconic quarters. The Washington quarter is one of the most beloved and enduring coins in American history, and the 1980 for Washington quarter stands as a unique chapter in this grand journey. To understand its importance, we must begin in 1932, when the Washington quarter was first introduced to honor the bicentennial of George Washington's birth. The obverse design, featuring the profile of Washington, was created by sculptor John Flanagan, whose work replaced the standing Liberty quarter and immediately captured the nation's admiration. As the years rolled on, the Washington quarter became a daily companion in millions of Americans' lives, passing through countless hands: vending machines, pay phones, toll booths, and cash registers. The 1980 for Washington quarter carries forward this legacy, but it holds its own secrets and stories that few know. In the early 1980s, the United States Mint was facing changes in technology and metal composition. The silver content had long been removed, replaced with the clad composition of copper and nickel that we still see today. But this change did not make the coins less interesting. Instead, it created new opportunities for mint eras and unique varieties that collectors chase to this day. In 1984, the Philadelphia and Denver mints produced hundreds of millions of quarters. But not all were created equal. Some coins came out with striking errors, like double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and die cracks, which transformed ordinary pocket change into rare treasures. For example, the 1980 for double die obverse is one of the most famous varieties. Known among collectors, careful inspection under magnification reveals doubling on the motto "In God We Trust" and the word liberty. This subtle error can make a quarter worth significantly more than its face value. But finding such a coin requires a trained eye and patience. It is stories like these that fuel the hunt for the next big discovery. Behind every coin, there is the potential for a life-changing find. The 1980 for Washington quarter also reflects the economic and cultural backdrop of America. In the mid-1980s, Ronald Reagan was president. The economy was shifting, technology was advancing, and the American public continued to rely heavily on coinage for everyday transactions. Quarters were used in arcades, laundromats, parking meters, and payphones. Each coin tells a silent story of its journey, where it traveled, whose hands it touched, and what moment it witnessed. Some quarters from 1980 for bear heavy wear, while others survive in mint state condition, tucked away in bankrolls or forgotten coin jars. Pristine examples graded by professional services like PCGS and NGC can fetch a premium, especially if they exhibit full strike details with clear mint luster and minimal contact marks. Collectors often seek coins with full drum lines or on the reverse heraldic eagle, a sign of strong die strike and careful handling. These small details matter greatly in determining the value of a 1980 for Washington quarter. Over the decades, the Washington quarter has seen numerous design changes, from the original eagle reverse to the state quarter series that began in 1999 to the America the Beautiful quarters that followed. Each phase reflects the changing face of the nation, yet the 1980 for quarter stands as a bridge between the classic era and the modern commemorative era. Simple coin, yet steeped in meaning. The mints that produced these coins, Philadelphia and Denver, used different mint marks. The P and D marks are a quick way to trace the coin's origin, and sometimes differences in die maintenance or striking pressure led to subtle variations that can be the key to unlocking a coin's hidden value. For example, the Denver mint often produced coins with sharper strikes, but also more bag marks from high-speed production lines, whereas the Philadelphia mint might show weaker strikes but more intriguing die eras. All these nuances make the search for rare 1980 for quarters a rewarding adventure for numismatists, beginners, and seasoned pros alike. There is also the role of condition in coin collecting. The Sheldon grading scale from 1 to 70 sets the standard for evaluating coins. A 1980 for Washington quarter in good condition may be worth only its face value, but a specimen graded MS65, MS66 or higher can attract premium bids, especially if it has special qualities like a double die or a unique mint error. Some coins are discovered decades after they were minted, hidden in old coin collections, estate sales, or pocket change jars. Stories abound of lucky individuals stumbling upon rare quarters that turned out to be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. These tales keep the thrill alive, fueling a hobby that blends history, art, economics, and the joy of discovery beyond their monetary value. Washington quarters are also artifacts of American life. They are witnesses to presidential elections, wars, cultural shifts, and technological revolutions. Every scratch, everywhere mark, every toning pattern tells a story. Imagine the life of a single 1980 for quarter. Perhaps it was used in a vending machine at a ballpark to buy a soda on a hot summer day, or maybe it helped pay for a long distance call at a payphone before cell phones became commonplace. Perhaps it sat unnoticed in a jar for decades until a sharp-eyed collector rescued it, recognizing the faint doubling that transformed it from pocket change to a prized collectible. This is the magic that keeps people searching year after year. Shows like the Great American Coin Hunt and online communities of collectors have breathed new life into this passion, encouraging people of all ages to check their change, study their coins, and learn about mint marks, varieties, and eras. The 1980 for Washington quarter remains a prime example of how a simple coin can hold extraordinary secrets, whether you are a seasoned numismatist or just someone curious about the coins in your pocket. There is always more to discover about this small yet significant piece of metal. Its design history begins with John Flanagan's original concept, which was itself based on Jean Antoine Howden's bust of George Washington. The profile shows Washington facing left with the word liberty above, and the motto "In God We Trust" to the left. The date 1984 sits below, crisp and clear on a well-struck example. The reverse features the majestic heraldic eagle clutching arrows and olive branches, symbolizing America's commitment to peace and readiness to defend itself. This symbolism ties back to the nation's founding principles and connects each coin to the larger American story. Coin collectors often appreciate these artistic elements, studying the subtle differences in die wear, die cracks, and other imperfections that make each coin unique. Advanced collectors seek out die varieties catalogued in references like the Cherry Picker's Guide, which helps them identify valuable anomalies that the untrained eye would miss. Some collectors even focus exclusively on Washington quarters, building date and mint mark sets, hunting for high-grade examples and tracking down elusive varieties. The thrill of completing a full set with rare dates and mint eras is a rewarding challenge that can span years or even decades. The 1980 for Washington quarter also serves as a reminder of the importance of coin preservation, handling coins properly, storing them in protective holders, avoiding unnecessary contact can make a huge difference in long-term value. Coins exposed to the elements develop toning, which can be desirable or detrimental depending on the nature and appeal of the colors. Natural rainbow toning can add significant value if it is attractive and even, but environmental damage from improper storage can ruin a coin's potential. Collectors learn to balance cleaning caution with conservation practices, ensuring their coins retain their beauty and integrity for future generations to enjoy. Stories from the coin community often highlight remarkable finds, such as a roll of 1980 for Washington quarters that yielded multiple double die varieties, or a single coin found in circulation that turned out to be a rare mint error. These stories inspire collectors to keep looking, to keep Searching to keep the legacy alive, the future of the Washington Quarter continues to evolve with each new design series. But the classics like the 1980 issue remind us of where it all began, a time when coins were not just money, but pieces of art history and national pride. Every time you hold a 1980 Washington Quarter, take a moment to appreciate the journey it represents, from the minting press to your pocket. From generation to generation, each coin is a silent storyteller, a link to the past, and a treasure waiting to be discovered. And that is why the 1980 Washington Quarter remains an essential piece for any collector, not just for its rarity or potential value, but for the rich tapestry of history it embodies and the endless possibility that the next coin you find might be the one that changes everything. So keep searching, keep learning, and keep the history of the Washington Quarter alive for generations to come.